Twitter hitting a more than 3-year high today as JP Morgan raises its target on the stock to $50. That's based on strong ad momentum. Boy, that stock is up more than 150% over the past year. There you get a look at it today, up another 6%, pushing $44. Steph, you own it. On pace for its 13th positive day in the last 14. We talk about the run that Tesla is on. Boy, this one's not shabby at all.
Yeah, this one's been a beast for sure. I mean, it's up 60% since April, since they reported earnings. So, it's a very small position. So Facebook and Google are much bigger, and Amazon is my biggest of all the kind of FANG-like names. But what's interesting about this company is that the investments are starting to pay off, right? They made all this push, and especially into video. And so they had a high expense rate and levels, and now they're starting to see the results. And you're starting to see maybe some operating leverage in the model. I'm a little nervous going into this quarter because the expectations are so high, but I like what they're doing. And what's interesting is there's only 25% of the sell sides have buys. 75% of the sell side are either holds or sells. So there's still enough skepticism out there. Very much reminds me of the early days of Facebook. I don't think it's as nearly as good a business model as Facebook, but it reminds me of that sentiment shift. And that can carry a lot of momentum as it unwinds and re-rates.
Judge, you know how I love to pat myself on the back. Sometimes I break my arm doing it. I'm not doing that right here. I am long Twitter. I'm happy. I'm like Steph. I was lucky enough.
Pat Pete on the back?
That's a good roll. That was a good roll. But
he's the long call.
Here's where
calls, right?
Here's where I screwed up. Yeah, I'm long calls. I'm very happy about that. But I thought it was genius buying Facebook 150 and below. You and I were two of the only folks on the desk at the time that thought that was the time to do it. If it breaks that level, could go significantly lower, yada, yada. Well, since then, obviously, Facebook's made a nice recovery. But Twitter, in the last month, is up 31.5%. Facebook, 3. I mean, or maybe, no, it might be 4. But I mean, it's the outperformance of Twitter is phenomenal. So if I really wanted to break my hand, patting myself on the back, I would do it by saying, boy, I loaded up with Twitter. And it was such the trade because people were nervous about Facebook, didn't want to share as much on Facebook and all the rest. I didn't do that. I just did an equal value trade.
I thought Cramer was very forthcoming on this. I was dead wrong, he says. Jack Dorsey has been doing a dynamite job at both companies.
Yes, he has.
I'm a big believer in accountability. I got to tell you, Dorsey deserves a lot more credit than he's been getting. Ross Levinson sat on this desk and argued that he cannot possibly, Dorsey can't run two companies.
Well, 2 quarters ago was marked the fundamental
Dorsey's
turn.
shutting everybody up.
Yep. The fundamental turn for this company was 2 quarters ago, and it's kind of consistent with what Stephanie was saying with Facebook. Once you get that fundamental turn, then you get the momentum players come back in once again. I traded this a little bit in the 20s, got out obviously way too quickly. There's plenty of room in this stock if you look at it on a chart. The December of 2013 high is $74. The low 3 years later is $13. We're only halfway at $44 right now, back to that high level from 2013. So there's plenty of upside potential on a technical basis.
I think the key to this whole upgrade today, in terms of upgrade, I'm talking about the price target moving to 50 from 39, is talking about the second half of the year, Scott. I mean, you've heard that one before from Apple long ago, but I look at Twitter right now, talk about the second half being that's where you're going to continue to see the acceleration in ad growth. And I agree with that. I think this is very easily a $50 stock, sooner even than that. Matter of fact, flipped out of Square today. John, I jumped in when John was talking about the unusual activity in Square, another Jack company, and moved over into this one. So I still think that both can work, but I'd rather be in one or the other. And I was in Twitter, then I was in Square. Now I'm back in Twitter.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.